Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast,
where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for. I felt like I had to do the whole thing today. I don't know what was her problem.
Okay, she's got that...
It's that business classy thing going on. Oh, okay, that was wasted on you. Season 14, Episode 8, Business Classy. New York Housewives.
I'm going to take note of the title today.
On the days that she does, it does, you know...
So, well, I didn't have, usually you're like, oh, what's the title? And I'll tell you. And then you weren't here. We watched this episode separately. I'm just going to preface this by saying, not a bad episode, but I did, pause it 100 times.
Oh my God, I paused it 100 times. Well, I was working
at work. A reason. You were doing it on your break. I had no reason.
Oh, Jesus Christmas.
Oh my God, he almost just fell.
Coo Bear, please. God, it's always something. Are we boring you?
Yeah.
I mean, if this was OC, I'd say, okay, I understand. But these are the newfangled housewives of New York. We should be entranced. I mean, the only thing I was entranced with was that house. That's what I'm going to say.
It looked like, where's that place that everybody goes in Greece? Yeah.
Santorini.
Yeah, it looked
that's what they were saying. It looked like it belonged in the Mediterranean
so really
somewhere. Yeah.
Wow.
It was like you were getting that Santorini feel without having to go there.
And even when they were just sitting there on the house, if you told me where are they, that's probably where I'd guess.
Yeah.
It's a 2-in-1. Now Sai has content from there and in Greece. It's like a lie. Like she could lie a little bit.
Basically, yeah. And speaking of Sai, they start with Sai. She's shopping with Uba because they mention the trip that they're going to go to Antigua. Did they mention?
Antigua.
Antigua.
Anguilla. Antigua. Really? Come on, Anguilla.
There is a place, Antigua.
I don't know. We should not be even commenting on locations as last week. As literally just in the OC, we're like, where's Anaheim?
Oh, well, we know it's in California at least. We just don't know where it is.
You're making up potentially locations. Antigua.
Antigua is a place, though.
Okay, I don't know.
No, it is a place. It's one of those islands.
Okay, we didn't really have geography.
Anguilla, which I have the right name now.
Yeah, Anguilla.
So they're looking for clothes, and oh my God, what is wrong today? Uba finally is out and about and COVID free. Yeah. Thank you. And she decides that she's going to go shopping with her. Now, I agree. Shopping with a model. I think I'd be intimidated. But it's nice to see her say, no, I don't know what to go to get when I'm in a store because usually somebody's always somebody is always picking out your clothes. Models are told what to wear, given the clothes. Like she said, they are tailored to fit them perfectly so they look good. And even if they come like an ambassador of a brand, that brand's going to send them the clothes that they wear. Yeah,
so
of course.
There really is no...
I mean, there's no guarantee
it's not like
that you
with
have
a fashion designer.
Yeah, I think models over time might pick up style based on the same way they pick up makeup tricks, stuff like that. I believe that. It's nice to see that, she's intimidated. I mean, some of the stuff they were picking out too, I was just like, first of all, she's telling Sai to go topless in some of these clothes. I mean, she's a mom. It's not happening. I know she was being facetious and all, but that's okay. It was just funny. She is I think they're trying to make this her storyline, a storyline for Jenna, so to speak, of the brand gifts. Yeah. Because they are really driving this home.
They did a little bit of an OC. There was a lot of things that we did not see of these gifts.
Definitely. Because apparently, I guess we wouldn't have seen her with the Instagram story that they showed later, but...
Yeah, that you'd have to be watching for, and you'd have to be we're not really up on that, so...
But I guess they did mention it. But she brings it up that, they were at the wreath party and that Jenna gave them gifts. And she asked her, are these branded
collabs,
or are they just actually your gift? Gifts that you actually picked?
And she said they were.
She said they were.
But she said all but one was branded.
Yeah, one was her,
Which I feel
own
like
necklace.
Not as bad. When we were watching the scene, she made it sound like, oh, this is what Jenna's name. This is what Jenna's name. This is what Jenna's name.
And I think she kept doing that. But it only ended up
it was only this one in this bag. Yeah, a necklace.
And I think it was the necklace that she designed or something. So that I can understand you sharing that with your friends. Because I
will say, when they get to revealing the video aspect, I'm like, okay, that's a little weird. Because it's I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they'll do what was in the Emmys PR bag, award show and things like that.
I don't think she meant to do it watching that video. I don't think it was meant to be bad. I think it was
more of oh, this is my fall favorites, or a gift guide, a gift guide.
She said this is what I'm giving the girls. She said this is what I'm giving the girls for Christmas, and she said I'm going to do instead of an unboxing, I'm going to do a packing.
Yeah.
So I think she just meant to show people what she was, giving the housewives that them. That doesn't mean they're all going to like her. See, like, what they're trying to take this as, like, oh, she wants us to, like, share it on social media. Maybe she does, and maybe she doesn't. You don't know. She's never asked them that we can see to do that.
Yeah. Also, she doesn't need you to share it on social media. You can open it right here on this show, and now we just learned all about.
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't need. She doesn't need you to do
more
that.
Screen time than that. Like, no offense to these girls, but I'm sure with at least these girls, accumulation of followers,
they probably have more. Though, like, she doesn't need you to do that. Like, that's the thing. It's like,
I mean, I don't know what the like ratio of followers between all the girls are.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I mean, still in all, like she could just do it. Like you said, if somebody that likes one of those other girls is watching this show, they're gonna still see Jenna's stuff, like, you know what I mean? So they're still gonna see it. And anyway, it's like they're trying to make it so that she's using them, I guess. I just think she is exactly what they keep saying she is: awkward at best. She's awkward. She doesn't know how to have a girlfriend group, but she's trying. Like, and I wish they would have more patience with her. Yeah. But I think these girls are so used to this lifestyle and like this type of stuff that I don't think they're going to have the patience she needs for this. And I really thought Erin was going to be an ally, and I was a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie, because I really like Erin. Get to that,
I thought it was really shitty. At first I was like, okay, and then I was like, oh, why'd you do that?
Yeah, that was kind of shitty. And I'm like, I don't think you needed to do that. I think that could have probably came out in the end when she tried to leave and not be on the plane. Let it be then. But we're jumping ahead. Anyhow.
Oh, my favorite thing, I don't know if you caught this, when they start talking about Erin's party, Uba says, well, why didn't you just order pizza?
Oh my God, that's down here.
So we all know that if Uba was at the party, she would have ordered pizza. You know, it's like that Domino's commercial where you can order pizza from anywhere. They would have, like, they could have done a little ad.
She did say that. I do agree with Erin that was wrong that you left.
Well, yeah.
You shouldn't have left. At least you shouldn't have left without saying goodbye or something.
Because she has an issue with that with Jenna, even though she
brought it again in this
Jenna
one too about food. So
clearly, leaving early is a sore spot for this girl. So don't do it.
But here's my thing with these girls: they get one thing, they latch onto it, and then it's every time after every time. If Sai mentions food one more freaking time, listen, and like we discussed, I think previously, we understand where she's coming from, because we do have a restrictive diet that would be hard if you went to parties, but you cannot make it a thing for everybody because it's your choice. Yeah. I mean, that was like if we lived in a world of where we were the only meat eaters and everybody else ate vegetables. Well, it's still, you can't make it.
It's at like the big parties. It's like where you can maybe control it. Like we said, at the dinner house is one thing. Like, look, you have full control now over this trip.
Maybe at a dinner, like somebody would know who you are, like, and they would.
I'm just saying, like when they were in the Hamptons, you could have said, "Hey,
I don't eat," like, so okay, and I think they would have accommodated, but I don't know that she put that out there. I don't know if she actually told them.
At this giant party, it's like a wedding. When you go to somebody's wedding, they pick what they want to eat.
She did say at the wreath making party that she doesn't eat those things, that she doesn't eat meat or something like that, I think she said, or
pescatarian,
whatever. So she did put it out there now. So we'll see if they change.
Probably not.
I'm not.
They're not going to cater to her now that she's complained all this time.
Yeah, no. She also brought up the little tiff between Erin and Brynn, and how she was really upset about the things that she said, and that she's, this is just her way of being, Brynn, and what have you. But they were just like, I don't care. Like, I think they're so funny sometimes, because they're like, 1 minute they're like totally into something, and she's like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just gonna have a good time. I don't care. That's their problem. And I'm like, what? It's interesting. Jenna's scene was very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was like a thing. First off, I was baffled by the
Chamber of Commerce, I think, does all that kind of stuff, getting different business, but I would not have seen her being picked as the person to do this.
Like, how do you even get picked for that? Like, are you approached? Do you apply? Like,
I'm sure she was approached for sure.
And then
they think she's got like influence and style and probably all that.
Well, you know what? She has like a fashion sense for like the windows with like fashion, and now she has the interior design.
If you've seen the house that she did do, it was pretty spectacular. I'm not gonna lie.
So she's kind of got like a lot of it. But what was baffling to me was, we've been to Rockefeller Center. That is no easy feat with that, like, with a camera crew and everything. Like, I'm just trying to think of, like, and they were right by the tree. Yeah. So I'm just like, how did they usher this camera crew around?
Maybe they didn't have a lot of people. Maybe they just had like one or two, like a walking type thing. I don't know. But it was interesting for me to see that they were actually trying to do something about Rockefeller Center. Like, that was what I thought was interesting. Like, because like you said, who knew this was even a thing? I mean, I knew there was like some kind of business chamber of commerce that will try to bring in new business, turn things over. But like, I think they were trying to, the only thing I would have loved to know more about was the way she was talking about it. Like, she was trying to say, bring in new business, bring in new life, bring in new stuff. Like, so was she picking and choosing like certain things to make like a certain ambiance or a certain...
Yeah, like, what does she exactly 100% do? That wasn't what, like, I don't know.
But it was interesting. It was interesting to see her with her brother too. We saw a little bit more family members this time around for some of them, some of the peeps. She had her brother Spencer, who is from California and is here with his wife, and I think she said the daughter. Yeah. And they were walking through the Rockefeller Center, the tree, and they were commenting on stories about mom and I guess, you know, different little things that I'm thinking this, all I kept thinking through this whole little walk through the thing is genitalia.
I know, I saw him and I'm like,
him?
this is, well, it has to be him.
It has to be him.
So I'm like, oh, this is the elusive brother.
Yeah. Good guy. I mean, I know he's older now, so it's like, you know.
But I mean, imagine at the restaurant they busted out and he like called her that.
I know. But you know what? It was interesting because to see that that's like the story she told of him last week, and to see her and him sitting like getting a drink and her like discussing her teeth situation and her skin and all this stuff, like very openly with him, and like him being very receptive of it. Like he was saying like, you're so silly to think of yourself like that. And so I thought that was like nice to see that they had that, like, you know, little...
He's not bullying her anymore.
Yeah, well, he wasn't picking on her, like the girls basically weren't, you know, picking on her for like, you know, what she has wrong with her.
I think the
and
difference with
God bless her, because man, the teeth alone is a lot.
I had no clue they were... I can't do teeth.
I never thought they were going to show that.
I didn't think so. I was like, oh.
You had already seen it before I did.
Oh, I texted you. That's why I was like, why didn't you warn me? I thought you had gotten that far.
I saw like
I don't do teeth. Well,
I saw something initially, and then I saw her in the dentist's office, but I didn't know they were going to show the picture of the teeth.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
But I mean, I really feel for her because that's
serious.
That's a lot. And like,
I only saw the first one. I every time she'd mention teeth, I was like, oh, let me look away.
Here's the thing. The way she made it sound was, unfortunately, it doesn't sound like she could just get dentures and just be like, oh, I'm just going to put my dentures in.
No, it sounds like...
It's bone structure wise and stuff, and sinus wise, and there's a lot to it that like she has to reconfigure her bones, not because just to basically hold dentures. It sounded like.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I guess if you're doing that, go the gamut. But I mean, she's like you, high pain tolerance. I don't know, but God bless her. That's all I can say.
Maybe. I don't know.
I give her a lot of props. But
what I was gonna say was, I think the reason the brother's so receptive is, you gotta keep in mind, he grew up with her with this whole skin.
I guess, yeah.
And like, where the girls are just finding out about it, and that's their main thing. Is like, we don't know that we should feel this way about you because you don't tell us to feel this way, and that's like Bryn's thing, and I kind of get that.
Yeah, but I think it's one of those like double-edged swords, because she doesn't really want to talk about it because she's like embarrassed of that whole thing, so she's not like looking to share. I mean, maybe on this trip she would have shared more if you let her like just come into it with the whole situation. But I mean, even her stories of when she was younger and she was talking about being teased and stuff like that, people saying her skin looked dirty, and I feel bad for her. So I hope the girls come around and are a little bit better to her. But I was a little disappointed, I'm not gonna lie, because that was our only real Christmas thing that you got, was the Rockefeller Center tree. And then it was
they
like,
show the dates, and then they're like 2 weeks later. Oh no, well, we see Bryn.
Well, first you see, it says December 24th.
Yeah, and you see pictures.
So you think you're getting something. Nope. Oh, well, we just get pictures. Yeah. We just get pictures. So I'm like, okay, I guess they chose to not, maybe because a lot of them had kids, or majority of them had kids.
Yeah, or they could have just not been in the state.
Well, what's her name wasn't in. She was in Dominican. Wasn't it?
Erin wasn't even here.
So I guess that's why they said,
they get like a week off.
Maybe they gave them.
Well, they gave them like 2 weeks off because it jumped 2 weeks ahead.
Yeah, well, no, it was December 27th, it said.
Oh, where did it say 2 weeks later? I swore I saw that.
I saw it December 27th.
With Bryn, and then after Bryn, it jumped 2 weeks later.
Oh, did it? I didn't see that.
So,
all right, well, I saw 27th and you saw 2 weeks later. There we go. But it jumps.
That's not the same thing, though.
No. I mean, you saw the next thing.
I think so.
Yeah, it flashed. Correct me. It flashed through pictures of the holidays for them, like very, very quickly. That if you looked away, you were going to miss that.
I'm gonna be honest. All I really saw was Jessel and her husband, and then I think I looked down and I think I missed them all.
Yeah, if you looked away, you definitely missed it. Then you see Bryn in California, Los Angeles, with her brother Darius, and she says she has a older brother, Darius, this one that's here, and I think it was
older sister
and a sister. Yeah, the sister's name. Oh, I wanted to get it, but she meets with the brother midway because he's in Seoul as a teacher in an American school. Yeah, so this is like middle ground, I guess, between the two things. So they meet in California and they get together for the holidays, and they just go on the most wackadoodle-doo hike.
First they have the cameramen venturing out to Rockefeller Center, and now they have them on this treacherous hike.
I don't know which is worse.
Well, it has to be the hike, because here's my thing. If it's, like...
challenging for them.
They have just a coffee cup in their hand, and they can't even get up. You have, like, a huge camera trying to get up there. And also, I always love to think that they don't fly, like, a New York cameraman out there. They'll just be like, oh, could you guys send out, like, somebody from the OC or, like, Beverly Hills to go and film?
No, I think they do send their people with them.
I don't know, but I would love to imagine that, and you get the call from the OC, and you show up at the hike, and you're like, I'm never picking up the phone again. I'm never covering for the New York camera crew. That's just what I like to imagine.
I think they send out their people.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know, though, because it's like, it was like one clip for, like, that was probably
yeah, but maybe they
like
don't think that's all it was going to be. You don't know. Like, they could have, maybe they thought it was going to be more. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying. I like to think it's that way because it makes it funnier to me.
Yeah. Okay. She needs a little comedy in her Real Housewives, which sometimes they can provide and sometimes they can't.
Sometimes you have to make your own and just...
True that.
Lie.
I thought they also, like, another brother-sister dynamic had another sweet conversation where the brother was kind of asking her, like, what are you doing on social media? I'm, like, watching your Instagram, and I'm really not...
traveling. Which I've been looking on her Instagram recently. I think she was just in London not too long ago. So, no changes since this is aired.
But, you know what? She was kind of just telling him that she's been going through a lot. You know, I guess the grandmother died. Her dog died. So she said it was just a whole lot. And she basically said that if she didn't have to get engaged, I think she would have been married, because based on what she was kind of saying was, she said the engagement is the problem because she has too much time with her thoughts. So if it was just...
she needs like a Vegas drive-through wedding.
She needs to
get in, get out.
Let me open my paper. She needs to be able to be like, hey, you want to get married? Yes, let's go now.
Yeah.
Or like be with somebody long enough that like, you know that I'm
dating, marriage, no engagement.
One day I'm going to ask you to marry, and you're going to have to say yes. We're going to have to move on it. So that, like, it has to be a yes that you're going to do for her. Yeah.
Like, because she starts dating somebody now, and she just is like, okay, so on this date, we're going to get married at this time in this venue, and I just have it held out for all these years. And it's either yes or no on that day.
Yeah, because she says otherwise she probably would be married and have kids and all like that. So,
I mean, I think I'm right. I think that kid solo... like storyline where she said I might just have a kid on my own. I think I'm right.
I could see her doing that.
I think I'm onto something, and I could see that as a potential. Listen, every housewife loves a little good. Let's try for a kid, and everybody else has a kid so far that they probably don't need another kid. I mean, besides Jessel, she's trying, but whatever. I could see that being Bryn's storyline next season. Like that, maybe I'll try.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. I feel like maybe not next season.
Hey, you know, here was my little problem with this. Like, she acted like she has no family and that there's no one there for her to see, but meanwhile she has this brother and sister that she could go visit.
Oh, well, I guess,
and she sounds like she's close to him, because in her conversation with him she said, you know, grandma did the best she could, you know, she always tried to make sure we had what we needed and whatever. And she said to him, if it wasn't for you and that's when she said the sister's name and I missed it. She goes, if it wasn't for you and her sister, she wouldn't know what, like, family means.
Well, I guess, we don't know where the sister lives. She could live anywhere, but here's the thing you gotta keep in mind. To just meet with the brother, she has to, like...
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. So like, if you're traveling all over, why wouldn't you take the time to go, you know?
Because I think it's, like, hours.
Okay, but... Or I'm just saying,
no, like, I know, but I'm just
more
saying.
like that, or I don't know. I'm just
I mean, it is hard though, because you gotta keep in mind he's like a teacher. You can't just leave anytime.
But she does make it sound like she has absolutely no one. I guess they're not around here, but I mean, like,
I guess she means,
who
like,
do I have, like, really in a family? No, I'm saying, like,
what the hell?
No, but I'm saying, like, she's acting like most people don't have that much family around them. Some people do, but a lot of people do. Like, we don't really have, like, you know, a tremendous amount of folks.
Cooper and Sky.
They're outside.
Look at him
here. He's fine.
Look at his reflection in the TV. He looks angry.
Don't be angry. Stop it.
You've upset him now.
Well, then let's talk about dental surgery, and that'll just straighten everybody right out, okay? Jenna had dental surgery, which I immediately assumed once Erin brought over Soup, because I'm thinking, okay, you're bringing up this whole big dental hair loss story, so, and then you're coming with some butternut squash soup?
Yeah.
Love that soup. But here's my thing. Don't get me wrong, butternut squash soup is delicious. is it a soup that I would bring to someone that I did not know if they liked it? Because it is very particular. It's very good.
Maybe she knows she likes it. I don't know.
I don't know. But it's very...
I mean, she looked like she cleaned that bowl.
Oh, she said it was good. No, she said it was good.
No, I know. Well, you could fake it and be like, oh, my mouth hurts. I can't eat anymore.
Yeah, but like...
If you don't like it.
No, I know. It was just a weird flavor to bring to somebody. But, you know, nice gesture. And I was like, oh, look, she's being so nice to her and all like that. And then... And it gets me because they start talking about the trip. And then Erin starts saying how she wasn't even going to possibly go on it because she was like, first of all, she just came back from someplace she doesn't need a tan or whatever. See, that's what makes me sad. It's like Erin looked like sad like that. Was like, this is like her ally kind of. I think she feels like she has a little bit because she's like, oh, I saw Erin as a friend and now I saw her as a mama. And like, it was just very sweet to see her on both sides. And then, like, she feels comfortable sharing with her. And that's what really sucked. Like, she kind of was, like, sharing with you.
Sharing with Erin. And, you know, like I was saying, I could see something with Sai. But now, if you're going to Erin's going to do this. Every time she shares something, and Sai, you're going to do the PR thing.
She's not sharing.
Like, well, now she's going to have
no wonder she doesn't share because people take everything they say.
She better start trying with Uber or something. I don't know.
And you bring it right to light. So, yeah, I could see why she wouldn't share. But she does go on to say to her that she's going... Somehow they bring up that she's going 2 days earlier. I don't know if she actually mentioned it or if Erin said, are you going 2 days earlier? But she said she's going 2 days earlier because she wants to go and get, like, some color on her skin because
it helps with
the genetic disorders she has. It helps and makes it better. And she just wants to get herself acclimated. And the minute she started saying this, I'm like, okay, she's preparing to be on this girls trip. She's taking a different route than the Hamptons. Instead of going there, she's like trying to like get ahead of the situation.
Oh, you know what I forgot to mention too? When she was with the brother, she's like, you know, I've never been on a girls trip. I'm going to be honest, Jenna, I didn't think you were on a girls trip. I've ever been on a girls trip if you never went to a sleepover.
Yeah,
like
so
I feel like if you haven't done that, like you would have counted the girls' trip as a sleepover. And that's what I'm saying.
I think they all know this about her. So like, why are you all acting like this is like she's doing the right thing? Like she knows what she's doing. Like I think they all know this about her. So she tells her like, you know, this is what she's gonna do. And then she does say to her,
yeah, why didn't you just keep that to yourself?
I don't know, because I think she thinks like I don't know. I think she thinks she's sharing or whatever. And she's like, you know, don't be mad at me. She goes, but I also didn't want to fly coach. That's fine. That's somebody's prerogative. Listen, that's like. You know, I don't want to take a subway. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to take a taxi.
I've been on a subway once, so I don't want to go back.
I mean, maybe she has like a germaphobe of like, you know, of the COVID of sitting too close to people. Because in business class, you do have a little bit more room. You have more space.
Is it those ones where they have like the beds and the? Like,
Not
is that
no. Well, that's first class, but that's if you're going like international and things like that. This is a 3-hour flight, they're saying, but still, it's her prerogative.
Well, my thing is, here's the thing: if your goal was to just really you didn't want to fly coach, then I think you should have at least, if that's her real true reason, then I think, why didn't you look for a flight like on a different day? Like either go earlier that day or come later that day. Like if that was her real goal, I think that would have made it not as bad.
But I think she did want to go down there 2 days to get herself
No, I know
set
that
up,
too.
Mindset.
I think if she just didn't bring up the plane thing,
I don't know why she did. I think she would have been fine.
Good.
I think it was the plane thing that really wrecked.
Like, if she had went down there and went, and they were like, oh, why? And she was like, well, also, plus I wanted to fly. Like, if she tried to make it a joke after, like, you know what I mean? I think it's the fact that Erin said it stirred the pot, like, fully.
Yeah. I get the whole thing of what she was doing, but Erin looked like she was going to just be she laughed, chuckled. I thought she was going to be sympathetic. No, you know, then you see everybody packing, and...
You know what was weird, too? I feel like the scene that we saw was re-edited differently, or what we saw originally with just them was different from the way that Jenna had presented it to Erin. Like when you rewatch the flashback later in the episode when Erin's telling the girls, it does sound like Jenna just wants to be their two-fly coach. Where originally in the first cut that we saw, it seemed like Jenna wanted to go for the skin thing, and then like the coach was like a bonus. Yeah. So it's like the editing to me
because I think they just showed that one thing where she starts talking about the coach.
Oh, maybe
they left out that whole other thing. Like she said that whole thing, and then she's like, "Oh, and don't be mad at me. There's something else."
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe it was just I don't know. Maybe it was just the different. I don't know. I felt like two different editing things, and it gave you two different feelings.
Well, they do show you during this. They do show a clip of them all talking about like how she wants to like go down early. Yeah, and like even then they were kind of like making fun of her. because like they're like diva much, and they don't even know like the reason why she wanted to go. Like, what if she had like a trip or something and she was gonna come and meet them connecting or something? I don't know. And then we see everybody start packing, and you know, I never before seen footage needs to be done on this show, because we honestly could have done without Jessel and her husband talking about taking a trip to get a sandwich.
Why did we get you know what I'm truly believing? Those 3 days are the days that need to be filled in for the deadline form for the preschool, and he's trying to avoid having to be there for when that comes.
I don't know.
And he's like,
it's a Vietnamese sandwich, no?
I think so. That's what it seemed.
I mean, it's a long trip.
I'm once again adding my own joke here, and I'm pretending he's going here because it's the deadline for the preschool, and he doesn't want to have to talk. He was
trying to be a little funny there, too, because he's saying, oh, I want time away, and she's like, from what? Like this, and that. And he's like, what are you packing for right now? And she's like, for a trip. Yeah, but you're going to go spend it with who? With my girlfriends. Okay, you're going to go spend it with a sandwich? Maybe that's his version of relaxing. Yeah. Quiet time with a sandwich. Hey, whatever floats your boat. I mean, he was not letting her go, though. But I mean, honestly, could have hit the cutting room floor and we could have been fine.
Yeah, we didn't need that. Unless it's like building up, like something's going to happen while he's gone. But I don't really know what would happen while he's gone. I think that could have been a flashback scene, OC style.
To something else. I don't know. I don't even know when we'd have to flash back to that. Her talking.
We could have seen more of Jenna down there filming. Did you notice when she filmed her little scene in her iPad? You could see the iPad in the reflection of her sunglasses, and she was holding. I think she was holding it in portrait mode too.
I don't know.
Oh, I was baffled by that.
You see her leaving. They get a little footage of her going into her business class. Yeah, they got her. And then they show all the girls coming to get on their flight to fly down. When they show...
Did I just delete my note?
Oh, I hope not.
No, I'm good. Okay. I just made a new one. Whew.
So they arrive at the house. Very, very nice house. Not going to lie. It's a villa, actually.
You know what I loved?
What?
Psy, the mask, all the way in the airport, all the way into the car with the guy.
Really?
Then she took it off.
Oh, I know some of them had masks on. I just didn't take note.
My girl Bryn, she had it in the airport. She wore the mask.
Well, they all had it in the airport initially.
Did they?
Yeah. Well, Erin was the only one that actually didn't have it.
I definitely noticed Psy, but you know we've already said she's clean.
No,
the other ones did have. The
other ones did.
But I did notice. I noticed her and Bryn, but I noticed Psy was the only one that wore it in the car the whole way. I mean, she was sitting next to the driver. All right, Sissy's modeling time is done. Next.
So. The only thing that I thought was quite funny was there was like a lady that I guess was like in charge of the house and like running the house.
I think I know where you're going.
She tried so hard
to control them.
Well, I don't even know if she wanted to control them, but she
wanted to go like walk through all the rooms.
She wanted to give them a show, like a tour.
I think they were worse than Old New York.
Oh my god! And they started tearing off, and then you just see her going, "Okay, I'm gonna come up. I'll follow you. I'll follow you up." I'm like, because they all just started like.
It really doesn't matter. Old New York, New New York.
It
doesn't matter. You were fighting to the death for a bedroom. That's what they should do. They should have like a back out, like a little ring, and everybody has to fight. And she was referencing something at her job.
I'm sorry.
They have what are those called? Like the little toy.
It's like the ponies with the stick, just the head on.
And she found them, and I said every time there's like something wrong going on with like your employees are fighting, tell them they have to joust, and whoever wins is the winner of whatever the conflict, and go from there. So they need to do something like that.
I think so.
To figure out who gets rooms, because it really.
But I think they did pretty good, actually, honestly.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, here's the thing. Of course, Jenna was going to be punished. And I will say, Jenna's room was quite sad. Like, hers looked like...
Yeah.
Like, how did
they make... It looked like a hotel. How did she make all those huge bathrooms and stuff like that?
So, and then, to skimp for her...
I don't...
some of the bathrooms were, like...
Were bigger than her bedroom.
I don't even... Like, I was like...
And she got
I really got a good look at it.
She got it immediately. She's like, yep, I'm punished.
She got it. And then when she saw their bathroom, she was like, "Oh,
I see, I'm being punished."
Yeah, she would have been okay because she was like, "Oh, it's okay." And
she was being nice.
As soon as you saw the other rooms, you realized, "Oh,
yeah." Uba and Jessel are going to share a room. They picked one by the pool. I don't think they did that bad off for having to share a room, so they shouldn't complain.
How can they not pick a house with enough rooms ever? How come somebody always has to share?
I don't know. Maybe it's know.
It's never like twin beds where they can like split beds. Like in the Salt Lake that we just watched, there was at least twin beds.
Yeah.
But you couldn't find enough?
I guess not.
I don't know.
It's always just one short.
It always is.
I have the hiccups. No, not now.
Oh, God.
So, Jenna got the worst room, like we said, and they basically said, you want to come late, this is what you get.
I mean, if you're late, no matter what, you're always punished. I assumed she was going to be at the house, like, waiting for them.
I did, too. I don't know.
I was like, where was she?
She was at the Four Seasons.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna go. I mean, I guess if they booked the house for that day though, but like I thought when they got there, at least
she would have been like immediately. And and they seemed like they thought she was going to be as well.
Yeah, not like because but they got there and it was bright daylight, and she doesn't come there till it was nightfall.
Yeah.
So I was like, what happened to her?
Well, that's part of the thing is I don't know what happened to her because they were acting like she should have been there, and they were all quite like shocked. And then as they're sitting around the table, I guess they went to eat. As they were sitting around the table, they're like, out of nowhere, Erin just blurts out like, oh no, I'm sorry, they were around the pool.
Yeah.
Erin just blurts out about like that the coach, like didn't want to come because she was fine. Like left everything else out and just went right for that. Like it was a real throw under the bus. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it would have been one thing, but the way she told it even was like a real, like she tried to, I don't know, it was just,
she made it mostly all about the coach thing, and like where I do feel like Jenna made it was like the skin thing, the coach is a bonus, not having to do that. Where she was like, the coach thing is the big, and then like her skin a little bit. Like it was like,
well, she said, it was about the skin, but then she mentioned that she did, and she kind of like, I was really surprised at that she did that, because she knows saying that she's going to start trouble, and like some weird way, like she's acting like she thinks that's being helpful to her by like getting it out there. Like no, like I don't know how you think that's being helpful. Like it's, and like then she said some weird stuff, like Erin, like where she like towards the end, she's like, get ready, Jenna, because with these girls everything comes out, or something like that, or you gotta face the music, like something like kind of snarky. And I was like, wow, really? Wait, what are you doing?
Like she took like a total turn.
Yeah, because then she says it again to Brynn. Like Brynn was like getting mad at her, and then she's like, well, the thing is, she's like, I want to be mad at her, majority of the time, but then she comes with that baby voice and whatever, and they show like little clips of her doing this baby voice. I've never heard this baby voice, but obviously she's done it.
They have proof.
They had like 3 or 4 clips of her doing it to different people, and they're all like, yeah, that kind of gets us, like it's that sad little, little mousy voice or whatever. And then Brynn says, yeah, like I really have a hard time because I feel like I want to come for her, but I don't feel like she's in my weight class for like sparring back and forth. And then Erin again is like, no, trust me, she's in your weight class. And I'm like, what? Like, why are you like, so you're basically telling her, yeah, go for it, like take her on. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Like,
I think for me, the reason it's hitting hard for Brynn is, okay, we figured out what the dog little Scrap was.
It's a little dog scrappy fight next door. I don't know. Okay, well, there you go. So once again, though, they
wait, did I finish my thought?
I don't know, did you? What was it?
Okay, my thought was, I think the reason that Brynn's hitting is hard is because she always is the one that they make her always so in trouble, and then when somebody does something similar to her thing, like, so I think she wants to hold her accountable now, because it's like, what is this? But I don't think she will. I don't think she really, I think she wants to, but I just don't think she cares to carry through. Yeah, no. I don't either. I think she'll see her. I think I could see them having like a heart to heart and her being like, oh, okay. I kind of like understand.
Like, I think if it's not happening in that actual moment, you can forget it. Like, you know what I mean? Like
if she doesn't catch her doing it.
Yeah, well, like she'll say something to people, like when they're talking about things, like she will say stuff. But if it doesn't actually like go down in that moment, like she'll forget later. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of.
Like, I feel like she forgets. Then they start bringing back up the whole gift-giving thing, and that's when they discuss that whole thing that we're talking about, the Instagram post, where they show her, like, packing the bag. But see, like, the thing is, like, when you look at the Instagram post, it was kind of, like, sweet and, like, endearing. It wasn't, like, so I got this for Brynn. Like, you know, it was more like, I'm just showing you what I got the girls, like, which I've seen a million people do that.
Yeah, like, I think it's supposed to be, like, those, like, videos, it's like, YouTubers do. They're, like,
posts,
Like, you know, think about all the YouTubers out there that make the Amazon gift guides.
I think it
was of products they've never even bought.
I think it's something like that. But the sad part is, like, they are perceiving it as a branding opportunity for her, or that she's trying to get them to post about it. Because when she first said, she mentioned it on Instagram about them, but I'm like, wait, what did she do? But then when they showed the video, like, it was her showing what she was, like, packing in the bag. Yeah. And I mean, I'm assuming that she did say it was for the New York Housewives. I really don't know. I don't know if they actually said they said it.
This is what I'm giving out this holiday season. I don't know if she said this is what I'm giving out to the real
girls. I think she said to the girls or something.
Oh, I thought she said this season, because here's my thing. at that point when they're filming this, it's not that we don't know the New York Housewives, but we don't know the New York Housewives that it would.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe she didn't even. Yeah, maybe she didn't
probably
even say
just
it
like
that way.
She probably also made this bag for other friends.
Then they start getting into more about like her coming down there and the reason that they're starting to ask like, did she call them? Did she call them? And then
that's what I would be more like. Where are you, girl?
They were all starting to get a little pissy because she wasn't there. And what really made me sad was like she comes in there. And when she does show up, and they're, of course, you know, they're always ready. Well, they're always cutting to the scene where they're just happen to be talking about her, whether they really are or they're not, and they just, you know, are slicing together nicely, producers. But you see her come in. She looks like happy to be showing up, actually. She's like, I'm tan.
She's all excited to be there.
I got a massage. I'm nice and relaxed. I have my favorite dress on. And like she's gonna come in and they're gonna just rip
she has no
her
clue
to
what she's
shreds.
coming to.
No, they're coming to get her. And I feel like she wanted to have a good time, like, and that's what she kind of said to the bird, like, I want to have a good time. And she was saying that even to Aaron, like, so she's in her mind, I think she's preparing so that she can actually enjoy herself.
Yeah,
like she didn't want to go there and be like the miserable person that they complain about. Like she wanted to be able to like get her mindset ready, and that's what she said, like, I'm ready. Like
yeah, I feel like if they hopefully give her a chance to like really explain herself, because I mean they kind of did, and then she made it about this trip and this dog, and it's like
I think she does that because she gets
getting
nervous,
like frantic
and flustered, and I think she just starts
she
rambling.
Didn't know what to say.
Yeah, I think she just starts rambling.
I think it was that, but I think if they actually let her get like a chance to explain the skin thing, even though she probably doesn't really want to. I mean, she has already explained it in the sit down to us and stuff, so I mean, you might as well explain it to them. But I feel like if she gives a chance to explain it, they may be like, okay.
Well, that's the thing. Like, Brynn keeps going, oh, well, you're not sharing this and you don't share that. But like, you guys are very new to her, so like, this is something she was teased
like we said,
about.
Hung out one-on-one anybody.
No.
Like,
and this is something you were teased about all your life. Like, I don't know that you want to run out and be like sharing, you know. And she's very intimidated by all the other women, which I could totally understand. She just doesn't think she blends in. They've already made comments that she is missing the girlfriend relationship gene 101 or whatever of like how you do things. So why are you all surprised that she doesn't get what she's supposed to do, like, or how she's supposed to act? Like, I don't know why they're all so surprised. I do feel like Salt Lake loves to say weaponizing their whatever disease, their misery. But I feel like they're using this as a reason to like kind of pick on her to a certain degree. Like they're like, oh, she had to come down here to get a little tan. She looked very tan. Well, that was her goal, was to come down here so she could feel comfortable hanging around you people. Because that's Erin's first comment, is like, oh, for someone that doesn't like to show a lot of skin, I'm looking at a lot of skin right now. Well, yeah, because she did what she said. She came down there, she got tan, she feels comfortable.
She completed her goal.
Yeah, whatever. But they didn't waste a moment. She literally sat down and they're like, so tell us everything. How was the 4 seasons?
I feel like Sai was trying to set her up to be like, to see if she would actually admit to the coach.
Absolutely setting her up. And she's like, so how was the 4 seasons? So tell us, like, why didn't you want to come down here with us? And how come we were told you didn't want to fly coach with us or whatever? And she was just like dumbfounded. She's like, how did you hear that? Which she had to know how she heard it, because she really only told one person. And then
I think that's also why she didn't think she was going to be part of it, because I don't think she thought Erin was going to be like...
No, I don't think she thought she was going to go and share that. And then Sai threw Erin right under the next trolley that was coming behind her and said, Erin. I'm like, and Erin's face was like, kind of like, well, what did you expect? And she's like, well, she didn't tell me not to say it. But I'm like, dude, like, really? That's all the notes I have too, by the way.
Yeah, because it just ends with Gina and Jessel talking.
Yeah.
I looked down on my phone to play a little game. That's when after they go and show the rooms.
They go into the rooms, and then you see, which is another weird one. It's like Jessel coming and talking to Jenna about it, and like discussing like flying coach, and if that's what made you feel more comfortable, and like she was like on her side. But I feel like Jessel will.
Friends.
I know, but I think Jessel will like talk about her too, though. Like I think she's
one of those. Well, you know what I will say, when you think about that table, I don't feel like Jessel was really like heavy in the conversation. I feel like it was Erin, Sai, and Brynn.
Yeah, they weren't heavy.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I could see them pulling her into.
But then, because then you had Brynn and Sai, they bashing her.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, and it just ended like that. What a weird. This was like a weird one, because I looked down at my phone. I'm like, I look up first and I'm like, oh, the credits are there. The credits right there.
They're rolling them out.
So I guess it's over.
Done and done.
Yeah, that's it.
Christmas is over. Welcome
just
to the
like
holiday.
That.
Yeah, it's a new year.
Well, that's all for this week, I guess, because that's it. But we do these every Wednesday. We do the Real Housewives of OC every Monday. And starting this Friday, we're going to be doing Salt Lake. Woohoo! We have
almost
to.
done.
We're still watching. So we're gonna go finish.
Finished tonight.
I hope so. We're gonna go finish season 3. So I don't know, and who knows? Maybe we'll get never before seen for Salt Lake. I kind of hope not. I hate it. I kind of hate
Maybe
having
they'll
them.
do better. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, maybe these girls are more entertaining. We will see.
Well, we already know they're kind of entertaining.
Yeah, but that's it for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you'll give us a good rating. And if you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Don't give us a thumbs down. So leave a comment telling us how we can improve. Subscribe, follow, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any episodes. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Or Friday, depending on if you're a Salt Lake fan.
Who could not be? You should be,
Where
really.
we regret taking so long.
Yeah.
We really do. Biggest regret.
Thank God for that girl's trip.
We gotta go.
Yeah, we had a good run here, so I want to jinx it. Hit the button.